rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala nabiyyina Muhammad. We thank the Almighty Allah for this great opportunity to have witnessed the month of Ramadan. The righteous predecessors prayed for 6 months that Allah should favor them to witness the month of Ramadan. And for 5 months again, they prayed that Allah should accept their Ramadan. And Allah has favored us to witness the month of Ramadan. How do we show appreciation for this favor from Allah? Because if we cast our minds back to last year Ramadan, we realize that there were some people that we prayed together with, we fasted with them, we moved around with them, but they were not favored to witness this month of Ramadan. I shouldn't say they were not favored. Allah in His own wisdom took them away. And what lessons are we taking from that? Because if they have gone back to Allah, or if they have passed on, that is to say they are not having the opportunity to pray their 5 daily salah, they are not having opportunity to fast, and we have that opportunity to attain nearness to Allah. So that should be our goal for this Ramadan, because we don't have the assurance that we'll witness the coming month of Ramadan, that is Ramadan for 2021 or 1442. Yeah, we don't have the assurance that we'll witness it, but it should be our goal now to take utmost advantage of the month of Ramadan. And the beautiful thing about Islam is that once you have the intention to do something, Allah rewards you for that particular action, even if you are not able to fulfill it. So that tells us the magnitude of planning and the magnitude of intentions in Islam. So on this note, for us to be able to succeed at anything, I mean, if you have an exams and the date of the exams is stated that, oh, on this date you are writing this exams, you can have a plan that, okay, I will do this at this time, I will do this, I'll read this slide, I'll read this PDF, I'll conduct this research, I'll check past questions online and all that. You can have this plan as ways that you are working towards achieving that goal. So we as Muslims, it is in the same manner that we should also be able to sit back and plan our Ramadan. Now we have passed 15 days of Ramadan. We have barely about 13 or 12 days to complete the month of Ramadan. But I'm telling you, it's not too late to make a plan. Ideally, you should have made a plan at the beginning of the month of Ramadan, but it's not too late to make. Let's have a look at maybe what we can look at in making our plan. Currently, we are suffering COVID-19 globally. I mean, all parts of the world, or almost all parts of the world are suffering this pandemic of COVID-19. And there is a ban on social gathering, meaning that we are not performing our Taraweeh, our masajids are closed. Sorry, we are not performing our Taraweeh in the masajids, but we are told to perform them in our various homes. And that is not out of order, even though that hasn't been the situation for the past years. But let's cast our minds back to during the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. During the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were a number of occasions where he prayed the Taraweeh in the masjid, and there were times where the companions and others were set to pray the Taraweeh in the masjid, but they went and the Prophet wasn't there, and they inquired, and the Prophet said he didn't want to come out to pray the Taraweeh, so that it becomes obligatory on us, and we may not be able to fulfill that. So that tells us that the Taraweeh is optional. It is not obligatory. But if we want to, recall I would like us to recall the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he spoke about how to attain the love of Allah. How do we attain the love of Allah? He says we should guard our obligatory dates. What are our obligatory dates? Our obligation is that once we have accepted to be Muslims, we should ensure that when we say La ilaha illallah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, we should actually mean it in S. And when I talk mean it in S, is that we should should ensure that we really mean what we are talking about. We are ready to work with it. That is what I mean, okay? And that is to tell us that we don't believe in any deity. We believe that Allah is the cause of everything. Allah is the creator of everything. We believe in the 99 names of Allah, that any blessings that comes our way is from Allah. Any trial is from Allah, and it is for us to have patience throughout all trials. And also believe in the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu as the final messenger of Allah, and believe in all other prophets and messengers that were sent to us. So that is the first obligation of a Muslim. Then it comes to the other articles of faith, which we all know that, the Salat, the Zakat, the Sawm, and the Hajj. Now, I would like us to look at our Salah. Our Salah, if we want to get close to Allah, let us guard our 5 daily Salah and ensure that we are praying them at the right time. And then as the Prophet ﷺ performed the Salah, we are told that whenever it's time for Salah, like at any point in time when it's time for any Salah, the angel of death visits and checks on us to actually, I don't know, he checks on us to, it's a visit, but so that is to tell us that we should just be on our feet. It's time for Salah, get up and go and pray, because who knows, we don't know whether you live to see the next minute. So it is for us to always be punctual with our Salat, and being punctual with our Salat is guarding our Salat, ensure we are praying it at the right time. We have our ablution on point, and aside having our ablution on point, we are like praying it with all form of solemnity, full concentration, khushu, I should say. Then aside 5 daily Salah, or aside guarding your obligatory deeds as a Muslim, if you want to get closer to Allah, you are supposed to be doing a lot of optional deeds, and that is Nafl. Okay, so you check the number of sunnah nafils that you can perform after every 5 daily Salah, and all these will make you close to Allah. And when Allah loves you, you should know that you achieve everything excellently. Okay, so you should have your individual plan. Okay, and your plan should always be geared towards getting closer and closer to Allah. Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed, and it is for us as Muslims to take advantage of the month of Ramadan to recite the Quran, read the Quran, and reflect on the verses of the Quran. So you can have a target that, okay, I want to complete the full recitation of the Quran, and it shouldn't end there. What is the essence of completing the full recitation when you don't understand the Arabic text? If you understand the Arabic text, on point, but if you don't understand the Arabic text, then you can go the extra mile of spending time reading the translated version of the Quran to understand what Allah is telling us, so that you can also improve your life. Because for you to know for Allah to love you, that means you should know all the likes and dislikes of Allah. Okay, so that you will be able to be that servant that Allah will love, because Allah, the goal of fasting is attaining God consciousness. And when we talk God consciousness, that is taqwa. And having taqwa means you fear Allah, not that you are afraid of Allah, you don't see Allah. We are yearning to see Allah, but the fear of Allah is what prevents you from backbiting, what prevents you from gossiping, what prevents you from from watching movies of obscene stuff, like spending your time watching movies in the month of Ramadan. It won't take you anywhere. You are not taking utmost advantage of the month. You are not seeing Ramadan as a favor from Allah. Okay, so as much as possible as Muslims, I've spoken about the fact that we should guard our obligatory deeds. So you can have a plan for this month of Ramadan, that as for this month of Ramadan, I want to get rid of, if you are somebody who does all manner of stuff that are known to be shirk, you have to stay away from it. And if you don't do that too, and you are someone who have a thought that, oh, this person is the one doing me, it's this person that, look, get rid of that thought and know that it's only Allah. And aside that, to your obligatory deeds, your 5 daily Salah, ensure you are performing it at the right time. Aside ensuring you are performing it at the right time, ensure you have full concentration in your Salah. And you can do that exercise by trying to recall, plan the verses that you recite for every Salah. And aside the 5 daily Salah, there are Nafl Salah that comes with them, the Sunnah Salah. Do them to attain nearness to Allah. And if Ramadan is the month in which the doors of Jannah are opened, the doors of Jahannam are closed, the shayateens are tied, and all that, and that is to tell us that there are a lot of barakah in this month of Ramadan. You earn a lot of blessings. So why not take advantage of the time to supplicate to Allah, to pray to Allah for all the favors or all the blessings that you want to see in your life? Let's take advantage of the time. Again, we have to try as much as possible to give a lot of charity in this blessed month of Ramadan, because just try to imagine how you feel throughout the day when you don't eat anything because you are fasting. Okay, like imagine how you feel on a regular day when someone out there is not fasting, because the person cannot afford food. The person goes through this pain. So can you try to empathize with the people out there that you know that are needy, but may not necessarily come to you to ask you for something. Some of them come to you, others will not come to you. Try to empathize with all those people. And you needn't own the whole world before you can give charity. Just from the little you have, from the little you can afford, spend in the cause of Allah. That will do a lot of great good to you in this blessed, to us in this blessed month of Ramadan. So let us all cultivate the habit of sharing, okay? So please, the massages are closed. That isn't enough reason for you to stay indoors. Try to do Taraweeh after your Isha Salah, or you wake up in the middle of the night and do it. And a guideline to do that is that you may recite a page for a rakah, or you may decide to do what? Recite half a page. To the best of your ability, what you can do, don't overwhelm yourself. Do to the best of your ability and try to be consistent. Okay, and don't just say that okay, the massages are closed, so because of that I'm sleeping. No, that's not the best. Please let us all try to take advantage of this blessed month of Ramadan. And the month of Ramadan too is the month of habit formation and habit breaking, and inshallah in my next video I'll be talking about that. So please, the cardinal point I spoke about is that try to break any habit of shirk that you are involved in, and ensure that your la ilaha illallah is something that you mean, is something that you have internalized, is something that you are serious about. And try to also do a lot of good deeds, like performing your salah at the right time, and they are obligatory, so guard them and ensure you have full concentration in your salah. Do a lot of optional deeds, and aside doing a lot of optional deeds, that is you can also try to do a lot of Taraweeh, do a lot of Quran recitation, reflect on the verses of the Quran, recite the Arabic version, read the English translation, spend time to reflect on the verses of the Quran, give a lot of charity, and try to break bad habits and form good habits, and give a lot of sadaqah. So inshallah in my next video I'll be talking about habit formation and habit breaking, inshallah. Thank you very much for watching this video. May Allah forgive me for whatever I have said wrongly, and may Allah grant me the good grant us all the good in what I have said, and may Allah help us practice what we have proclaimed. So you may I'll appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and share this video for a lot of people to benefit from it. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.